Morning, all of the palace. I hope you guys are all well. Sorry, I'm a minute late. I had to go grab my coffee. I was just waiting for the kettle. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this day. It looks like another one of those cold, wet days, but anyway, yeah, for us at least in Joburg. So wherever you are, I hope you've got a better looking day. Good morning, Saso.
Good morning.
How are you?
All good. You?
Also good. Before we continue, I need to go to my stream quickly and see if I can actually hear you.
You?
Also
Okay.
good. Yes. Yeah. Last
Hello.
week or so. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello. Yes. Loud
Hello.
and clear.
Thank you. Hello, Marco. A week or so ago, one of the streams, the people said to me they couldn't hear the guys on Discord for some reason. I couldn't figure it out. But now it's working again this morning.
Good.
Yes. So I
see.
I'm
from the iPad, but should work.
That's fine. No, it's fine. I see our usual suspects are out and about again. They're about to leave. I haven't even started my battery switch yet.
They are in a rush not to get the slot, you know.
Yeah, I always joke with Uncle John and say to him, I thought this is a team, group flight, but they've got their idea of what the group flight is.
Yes.
Anyway.
First come, first serve.
They always start before.
Always. Good morning, John on stream. Travis, good morning. And Geert, goeiemorgen. And Vleisem, hallo, goeiemorgen. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so a couple of things just before we get going. I'm obviously rusty again. This past week was just crazy, so I didn't have any time to really fly this week. So bear with me.
We're gonna practice some crazy stuff.
All right, okay. Yeah, one of the things I haven't done yet is to actually fix the views to my liking. Last week, look, when we did the testing, I had to move everything, but that was in the 4K version. For some reason, it didn't translate back to the 2K version. When I copied the file, it didn't translate well. So I adjusted it just before the stream, and then now as I got into it, I realized I didn't fix it yet. So, okay, we're just going to use it as is. We're not going to waste time on that. So let's get going. So how was your week? Busy? You okay?
Kind of busy. Then I'm completely honest. I got tendinitis on my right foot. That means that I can't touch the ground with my right foot.
Oh no!
Completely crazy. Yeah, it's been like this for the last 3 days.
Oh no!
And I had to call sick at work because I'm still unable to work properly, you know, or to walk as well. It's pretty. I don't want to say crazy, but you know, is limiting you a lot.
Yeah, of course.
But other than that, it's all good. Thanks.
Good. And Marco, how are you doing?
All good, my friend. All good. Trying to keep awake at this time of the day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're on the other side of the world. Oh my goodness, yes.
Well, boss, can you stream on here on Discord?
Yes. We'll do now.
Thank you.
Marco, don't feel bad if you fall asleep halfway. Just make sure you don't push to talk so we don't hear you snoring. But you're welcome. You can sleep.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. No.
We got you for landing.
Yes, I'm almost to land. I need to land now in order to get the flight with you.
Okay. Right. Okay, so I take care of all of that.
I love this airside business. I need to set it up on mine, Nico. But apparently what they say is I can fly an airplane but I can't get that thing to work. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I will
you
have
know
to
what?
find
That's
your videos.
no problem. I'll help you after the stream if you want.
Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Yeah.
I want to say something to you. Hats off to you. I'm proud of you for admitting that. You know, I've had so many pilots come in here, captains and even
Yeah.
examiners. You know, type-rated examiners. They just cannot admit that they don't know anything about the computer, and
Absolutely.
then they get
It's the first
angry.
thing I tell you. You know.
Yeah, but they
Remember the old days, you know?
Yes. But there was a guy the other day again getting angry at me for telling him that he didn't set up the Zibo correctly. And the first thing he says to me, yeah, but he's a type-rated examiner. I go, so what? Wonderful. I'm proud of you. I love it. It's wonderful. But let me help you. And he never came back. And it's not the first time. It's happened quite a few times. Right? The guys, there's a disconnect between... I don't know whether they feel offended, probably, because I told them they did something wrong. Because, I mean, they're the big boys. I don't know, whatever. But anyway, if you're listening, if you're a type-rated examiner, if you're a captain or a first officer, whatever your qualification is, please don't take it personally when I tell you didn't set the ZBUB correctly. Because if you didn't, you didn't. It's a fact. It's not an insult. Yeah, and then come to me. I'll help you. You know, we want you to have the real Boeing experience. We don't want you to have a toy experience. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. Yorix, good morning.
So, let's see what we can do. First thing I would suggest is today we're going to load the FMC as standard with all the root. Bear in mind, the guys down there are using ILFUG 1 Victor. Instead, considering I know a little bit Bergamo airport, I can tell you the departure is going to be ILFUG 1 Papa, followed by the LOGDI 1 Sierra transition. Do not use the ILFUG 1 Victor.
Okay, let me change that in. What did you say? What will it be?
ILFUG 1 Papa, transition, LOGDI 1 Sierra.
Yeah, I've got that.
What we're going to do as well, we're going to simulate a flight director malfunction. So we're going to depart with the flight director off. We're going to do all the departure in raw data, my friend. So we do the departure raw data. We're going to correct the pitch on our own to allow the aircraft to accelerate. And then when we have the flaps up, then only at the time we're going to have the flight director to on and we're going to engage the autopilot.
Okay, well, I'm in your hands. I've never done it that way, so you're going to talk me through. That's fine.
Load everything as normal. Do everything as normal. All as normal.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. So just bear with me. I'm getting there.
Yeah, I know the place.
I know.
Quite fun, Pescara.
Fantastic. It's good to have a real-world trainer, Boeing training officer with me, and you can then tell me all these fancy things and all other people can learn with us. Right. Just a little bit. One of the things with this view is that I've got a better overall view. You know, it's wider. And by the way, FlySim, it's not XP Realistic that does it. This is X camera that I'm using, and the field of view is better in certain instances, but it's negative in others. So sorry, Saso.
I saw we're missing a waypoint, so I guess you didn't load. No, you didn't load the transition LOGDI 1 Sierra.
I did. I must have.
No. ILFUG 1 Papa, yes. and then there is LOGDI 1 Sierra. Log 1 Sierra.
Oh, yeah, I missed that. Sorry, you're right.
Don't worry, just how many times I flew this in reality. I know there is Fabro before LOGDI.
Yeah.
There you go. You got Bravo now. Good.
Okay, baie dankie hoor.
Fantastic.
Right, okay. So, request. It's probably waiting for me. Why are we waiting? Oh, it hung up there for a second.
Oh my goodness, all automatic. I just love it.
Yeah, children of the magenta line.
Yeah.
And then we get Saso and then he says no.
Oh yeah. Alternate is?
Lira.
Ciampino. Okay, that's good.
I love Ciampino. When I started using FS9, FS 2004, Ciampino was my base for a long time. Yeah, I used to love it flying there.
Yeah. So, my dear friend, no. Index.
Index. What do you mean? Oh, there. Sorry. Yes.
There you go. Performance. N1 limit. 24K full. Takeoff.
You're going to do climb 1 full or sorry?
No, climb 1 is okay. Well, okay. Climb 1, whatever.
That's fine. Takeoff,
okay. +5, enter the center of gravity.
I don't have it yet. We're waiting for this thing to load.
But the fuel is alright, yeah?
Yeah, I haven't put the plan fuel in there. So I can probably go back and put the plan fuel in there.
No, just watch out for these guys. So when if you go back into index performance, because that's something people do, but they don't know it's like the reality. Look at the gross weight at the moment, okay? So the gross weight is the zero fuel weight that we got from no fuel on board. So basically means the aircraft ready with all the people and cargo on board, including the crew, with no fuel loaded. So that's the zero fuel weight, which is not gonna change. What is gonna change is the fuel on board if we didn't complete the refueling. Is that your final figure for the fuel?
Let me see.
Bergamo traffic, kilometres 459, taxi into
Yes.
runway 28 via...
Okay, but just watch out for these guys. Before doing the performance, if you are refueling with the Zibo, this is as real as it is on the aircraft. So in other words, let's imagine our final fuel was a 6.0. At the moment, we have 65.9, which is 60.6 plus the fuel on board, 5.3. And so if you go and do the performance now, while the fueling is still in progress, you are gonna do the performance based on a wrong gross weight.
Exactly.
You need to wait the fuel to be completed before going into the performance. Otherwise, the gross weight is not real.
That's why I wait. Yeah, no problem.
Okay,
No.
so
Good
M1
lesson.
limit then is fine, and you can accept that those speed is okay.
Yeah, we might as well wait. We're almost there. We're at 60%. There is no rain. Let me quickly see what else I can set up so long. Let's do this. You say no flight director, so that's fine.
No.
Will that value be 147? All right.
No, we set there 222. So in the courses, we set to
Yeah.
222.
Why?
Both sides. That's the terrazzo radial, which we need after the first turn.
Okay, because we're not using the flight director, okay?
Correct. Altitude 6,000 feet, that's the initial climb in Bergamo. And the runway heading 282. Then you go into the radius panel. And we need active on both sides, the VOR 117.25, which is terrazzo VOR, Tango Zulu Oscar. And that's what we're going to use for the departure.
Okay. All right.
That's it, really. We're going to do a kind of hybrid raw data departure. In other words, I'm not really focused on the tracking. I'm more focused on the pitch of the aircraft. So you have the magenta there. We're going to follow the magenta in terms of lateral profile. But we are going to do the pitch manually in raw data, so without following the flight director.
All right. I'm just saying yes, boss. You just go for it. You tell me, I say yes.
Yeah, there's something fun to do.
Yeah. All right. So there's no flight director.
Once we enter the runway, we're going to stop a second. We're going to review the pitch settings, and then we go.
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
All right. So before we do anything, I want to go and check this thing.
Flight attendants, prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
Skymatix 220.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Right, okay. Morning, Vaughan. Morning, Rob. Sorry, guys, it's a bit busy here. Please forgive me. I'll get to the comments and stuff as time allows.
So, what I can tell you to improve the reality as real as possible, go into the tablet and press better pushback.
Yeah.
Now, press pre-plan.
Skymatix 4.05.05.05.
Instead of pre-planning, just go at the bottom right, connect first.
Ground at cockpit.
This is, guys, very, very important when you are flying online. Why I'm saying this? In reality, we don't know. Okay, here in Bergamo is very obvious. There is only one taxiway, so there will be one phasing for runway 28, one phasing for runway 10. But there are other airports where you could phase, you could turn your nose both ways, depending on other traffic, ATC, or whatever. So what I can suggest with better pushback and what we do in reality, we get the tag connected, but then we're going to say to the dispatcher, to the tag driver, the phasing only once we get it from the ATC, which is going to be 10 seconds before releasing the parking brake.
Wait, sorry, this truck driver is talking over you.
No worries. So, press the connect first. When you're flying online, call better pushback, press connect first, but don't pre-plan anything. Because now, as you can see, the tag is connected, everything is ready, but still waiting for our phasing.
Yeah, the direction.
In other words, where do we want the direction? And that's the reality. That's how we do in reality. Good.
All right. Okay. Well, we are ready for.
Are we?
Before start procedure.
Yes.
Before start procedure.
Linda, I'll work for her money.
So, while she's doing this business, on your side, leave the navigation display into map mode. On the FO side, go please in VOR mode. So we're going to show the tracking of radial 222 from Trezzo. Okay?
Ready for before start checklist.
Okay, you won't believe this. I just opened my Microsoft Teams and there's a message from Eugenie. He's updated. He sent me a test model of Linda and I didn't realize I could have had a new model. Damn it. Okay, next flight we'll have the new one running.
Yeah. So we're ready for push?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
So what is going to happen in reality, guys, now? Well, it depends in the company, but in general, one pilot is going to work with the ground. We are going to get the phasing. In this case, it's going to be phase east for runway 28. And now we are going to pass this information to the tag driver. That's why I'm saying to improve the reality, use the connect first at the beginning, so you get the tag ready. Then, especially if you are flying online, speak with ATC. They're going to give you the phasing. Then transfer this into better pushback or whatever software you're using, and now you are ready.
I don't think it listened to me. Huh? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's good.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
This is the third time I'm trying it now. It didn't want to listen to me. I pressed my enter button. It did nothing. There we go. Now it's taking it.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't do? I pressed enter, but I never clicked the left mouse button to position the aircraft first.
Oh.
Stupid.
All right. Good. Parking brake off, Captain?
Not yet. Now it's off.
Perfect.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
So that's how it is in reality, guys. So don't put the phasing before. Keep it as real as possible, especially if you're flying online, because then ATC is going to tell you maybe the opposite direction, and you need to kill that process and start a new one.
Starting number 2 engine.
Yeah, it's happened before. It's happened to me.
Yeah. So use that connect first button, which is really, really handy.
Yeah. Morning, Andy. Always nice to see you join us as well. I know you don't always speak, but we see you and happy to have you here. Hope you have a great day.
N2.
Okay, Nico, because we're going to do a raw data departure, reduce the navigation display to the minimum range, to 5 nautical miles. That's it.
Yeah, minimum is 2.5, but yeah, I hear you.
2.5 is half. The total is 5.
Starter cut
So
out.
Okay, get it. Of course. Sorry, man. I'm trying to teach you something. Sorry, man.
No worries, my love.
Bixby is talking to me on my cell phone. What are you trying to teach me? Bixby, I'm not talking to you. Shut up. Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Takeoff page on your side.
This one. No, sorry, next one. That one.
Takeoff. This one, yeah.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
25 N2.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Morning, Scotsman. Welcome. Saso is here, your best buddy, and you must now pay attention. He's going to show us something new.
Taxi procedure. Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure.
See, Neil, we don't have flight directors. So Saso is going to help us do this takeoff with radials and with the VOR.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. End signal on the right. We'll see
I'm
you
probably
next time.
too dumb to
flight.
worry, but I'm actually excited,
Before taxi
Saso.
procedure complete.
Yeah, you will
I
see.
am ready
It's
for
fun.
before taxi checklist.
Yes, correct, Scotsman. Okay, all right. I think we got in. Yes. Okay, I am ready. Let's go.
Captain, passengers are asking for a cozier temperature.
Yeah.
Taxi lights on.
Okay. Problem, guys. Problem. Sorry. Let's do this proper. Otherwise, we're gonna get stuck. Johan. Good morning. There. To lift this thing, we can't lift it too much, otherwise we run out of travel. That's gonna be better. No. It's just because we did the startup sequence. That thing is very sensitive. That's all. We're okay. The circulation, everything should be fine. Okay. Yeah, got control now.
Hi Nico, hi Saso, hi guys.
Hey Andy.
Hello.
Horizontal stabilizer trimmer not set for takeoff.
Saso?
Yeah?
Regarding your post in the development room, Twkster has also mentioned the taxi with a full load without any thrust to Zibo, so he is aware.
Perfect. Now, what we can do, Nico, because I gave you 24K full, which is more than enough. We're going to depart from intersection Alpha Bravo.
Okay.
Which is going to be the first one coming on your left.
Okay.
So just follow the yellow line and then you will see there is an holding point.
Yeah.
Probably in the scenery is called Bravo, but in reality it's Alpha Bravo. And you can align from there.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening to my son here in the background. He's full of stories with his buddies here in Discord. Uncle John, if you can hear me, please give me a minute. I will check your message now. I can't use my hands. Right. Yeah, I disconnected from IVAO because of Saso, Uncle John. We're going to do a couple of things non-standard and I don't want to interfere with IVAO, so
No,
I'll go online in the
air. Okay, yeah? You can go online, huh?
That's right. I'll worry about them when I'm in there.
Because we're going to follow the route anyway. It's the way we planned it. It's manual, but other than that...
I just feel more comfortable on offline.
Okay. So here you can see in front of you there is an holding point. You can align from there.
Okay. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure.
Now, just follow this yellow line, but don't turn towards the runway. just go
Before
straight.
takeoff procedure
So we save
complete.
a bit of space.
Ready for before takeoff
So go
checklist.
straight now. Straight here. Once the white markers is on your left, turn completely into the center line. Okay, go straight a bit. All the way to the left now and get the center line. And then all the brakes and stop for a second. Fantastic. Okay, now what we're gonna do is a raw data departure, a kind of hybrid raw data departure because we're gonna use auto throttle anyway. So you're gonna rotate. So first of all, you're gonna advance the thrust levers to match the green arrow, the green band there on the N1 display, which is the takeoff thrust. No, on the engine indicator there, exactly. Then forget the thrust levers. We're gonna concentrate on the rotation. So at the rotate, you're gonna rotate as normal, as you do every day. When you do the rotation, rotate to an initial altitude of around 15 degrees. 15. Get the gear up with a positive rate. Then you're gonna see that maintaining 15 degrees, you need to play between 12 degrees and 15 degrees. Leave the thrust levers where they are. You're gonna start a turn to the left following the magenta. This is gonna happen at around 400 to 500 radio altimeter. There will be a turn to the left to follow the magenta line. And then at the 3000 AGL, so in other words, 3700 on the QNH, you are gonna reduce the pitch to around 8 degrees to allow the speed to increase. And then we're gonna retract the flaps. So flap 1 and then flap up. As soon as we have flaps up, no lights, I'm gonna tell you fly director on. You're gonna flip the fly director on your side to on. Don't worry about it, we're gonna do it later. Then I'm gonna tell you LNAV, level change. You're just gonna press LNAV level change, and then settle down the trim, Command A. Happy?
I'm happy, but you're gonna tell me step by step.
Don't worry.
All right.
Step by step. So
yes.
First thing, are we ready for departure?
Yes, 100%.
Good. Start the timer then. Don't press toga.
Yes,
That's
I took notice of that one.
Release the brakes. Let's go. Control column forward until 80 knots. Just a normal takeoff.
Takeoff thrust set.
Good.
80 knots. Throttle hold.
Release the forward pressure. Good. Good. Normal rotation. Nice. Until 15 degrees. Good. Get up and use the trim to stabilize the pitch. Use a bit of trim. Good. Perfect. Left turn, heading around 222 to follow the magenta on the navigation display and keep this pitch. So as you can see, it's nice turn with the speed stable. Good. Continue the left turn. Maintain this pitch. Don't get the speed to go below the white bag. So reduce a little bit the pitch to maintain the speed minimum at the white bag. Nice. Look at the navigation display. You can recover a little bit to the left. Perfect. Very nice. Okay, wings level. We are tracking inbound to that waypoint. Now, 3700, reduce the pitch to around 8 degrees, 10 degrees pitch up. So reduce the nose, 10 degrees.
I'm below it already.
No, you are at 20. 10 is the first line.
Okay, sorry.
We're around 50.
Reduce. There it is. Now, forget everything. Wait for the speed. Flap 1. Good. Maintain this pitch. Gentle right turn to stay on the magenta.
Flaps 1 set.
Good.
Approaching transition. 1000
Flaps
to level
up.
off.
Now, get the flight director on your side. Set the speed to 220.
Flaps up and set.
Good. 220 is good. And altitude, if you can, 100 or 190, whatever you want. Good. Now, we need a roll mode, LNAV. LNAV.
Idiot, sorry. Yeah.
Don't worry. Level change.
Yes.
Now fly the aircraft. So set the attitude in the flight director and trim the aircraft. Once you are in trim, you can engage Command A. Fly a little bit manually. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm doing. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. And I'm sitting here thinking, if it wasn't for the new flight model, this would have been so much more difficult. This new flight model makes it so much better.
Remember one thing. Sometimes this is an error that most of the pilots do as well in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fly the aircraft using the trim, but fly by setting the attitude you want, set the aircraft where he has to be with the flight director, and then use the trim to settle down the nose where he has to be. Now, once you are in trim, you can engage Command A and continue the climb. Good.
1000 to level
Now,
you can climb whatever is the altitude, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, you mean cruise level? That's 31.
Yeah.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches off.
That was exciting.
It's nice. And we don't do raw data departure on the line, of course, but we do as a training exercise in the sim, and it's pretty fun. Really nice.
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this thoroughly.
Very interesting.
I do need new glasses. That is just getting more and more evident every day, because I swore I was at 10 degrees and you said no, 10 more. I need new glasses. That's too small for me to read.
Yeah, that's something is missing in X-Plane 12. I remember we used to have the possibility in XP11 to increase the size of the display, which was very useful with the vanish ratio, whatever it was. We can't do that in XP12 for some reason.
No idea.
And I would love to do that.
My problem is my camera view is not in the correct place. You see, I need to have a view more like this. I'm too far back. You see, now I can read it. Now I can see it. So I need to sit one day, delete all these views and just make new ones again. Because for some reason, like I said earlier, the translation from the 4K to the 2K version, it usually just works. You rename the file. Not this time. I don't know why. I must have done something wrong somewhere. And one of the things I've noticed, which I've mentioned on the forum and everywhere else now, is because of the tilt of my head, just by moving the Z value back or forward, I still don't get the correct view because my tilt of my head is then out. Now we don't want to see that gimmick. I don't care about that yoke. I've got my yoke here in front of me.
Now, in this you can see how easy it is, guys, to get things I don't want to say wrong, but no standard. Look at your FMA. Okay, look at your FMA. What is not correct there?
The only thing
Which mode are we using?
Well, we're not using the correct VNAV. We're in N1 level. Yeah.
Exactly. Boom. As you can see, guys, the FMA is the answer to all your problems.
Yes. Now we've got VNAV speed. Good morning, Jacob. Welcome. What a lovely morning. We're living the dream, guys. We're living the dream here. Yeah, Scotsman saw it as well.
I'm already looking at the charts for Pescara. Make you do something funny.
Oh, here we go.
So, weather 2404, broken 2012. That's good weather. That's good enough. So, no, ILS is for no.
It reminds me of the Army. ILS is for sissies.
Yeah. So, what we're gonna do, you choose either VOR or RNP.
Let's do a VOR. We haven't done, we haven't done a VOR in a while.
Good. Without the bloody N, okay? We do it properly.
Yes.
No fancy approach mode.
Yeah. I'm just the bus driver. You tell me what to do, and I just do it diligently.
I feel like it's like a line check or something.
Yeah. I think the guys on the video will enjoy it much more than me just sitting here and they're looking at numbers on the screen, so let's do it. You know what's funny? I've had a good rest and I'm up to it. Sometimes you ask me to do things and then I'm tired as hell. I want to cry.
Of course, yeah.
But I'm okay. This morning I'm into it. You'll regret it if the weather closes in. Yeah, Scotsman. I'm a boor. I'm not scared.
Well, we can always fit in a nice go around, an engine problem, circuit land.
As long as I can go to the toilet before we do that, I'm okay, because I don't want to
go to the toilet during the cruise, okay?
Yeah, I don't want to swim home. Hello, Andrew. Yes, sir. Yeah, this is. You know what? I'm enjoying it. I can't lie and say it's stressful, because it's not. I'm actually flipping enjoying this now. So, but my palms are sweaty. I mean, it did take some concentration, but it's fun. I like it. It's cool. Engine fire, my bottom line, man. No, John, no. This is just for me, the livery. It was my birthday present from one of my livery creators, eh? I'm back on my way out, by the way. For Uncle John asking.
Are you using X-Enviro or just the real weather?
No, real weather. No, X-Enviro, we're waiting for updates. Once it's updated, we'll try it again.
Okay. One question, Nico. Is it better to have X-Plane in full screen or in window mode?
for me, because I'm streaming, it's better in window mode because then you don't get the flickering and the jump when you move in and out of X-plane. Flysim, it's 10 August. Sorry?
No, I was going to say, but from my, of course, because you're doing a streaming. If you're not doing a streaming, I think it's better to having full screen.
Yes.
From my perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, it's not as bad as it used to be, but in the old days, when I just started streaming and stuff there, and when was this, 2016, 17, around about there, the whole system struggled to cope with you coming in and out the whole time. You know, it wasn't nice. So I got used to now flying in window mode.
Mm-hmm. So in the meantime, if you want, disable Ian.
Sorry, say again, Saso?
In the meantime, you can disable Ian from the settings. We're gonna use the proper flying. Fantastic. And then into the FMC, you can go depth arrival. Lima India Bravo Papa, VDM Zulu 22. Good. And don't worry about anything there. Just find the arrival, whatever it was, INKIM something.
INKIM
for Lima. Yeah, that's the one. So left, execute. Now, if you go in Lex page and plan mode, we can connect the discontinuity. We just have to build possibly a waypoint.
Yeah, that view was horrible, sorry. Just to get a better angle.
Vertical speed 1000 in the meantime. Vertical speed 1000. There it is.
1000 to level off.
So it will do the job. Now, if you go to INKIM, then there is the arrival. Okay, zoom in a bit. Okay, INKIM, then there's the arc. So step. Okay, that's the arc, which makes sense to me. What I don't like is the speed. So at the Quebec point, at the 354 Quebec, the first point, speed 220 or below, please.
Oops.
No.
Slash.
At the end.
Incorrect.
Boom. Perfect. So we do a nice arc, nice on speed. Then instead of Astub, we need to go to these Vadri. So step through, take that Vad key instead of Astub, basically. Correct. Execute. Now scroll through the waypoint there. There is no discontinuity anymore, and that makes sense. Vad key, speed 185B. At Vad key. Boom. Yeah, there. Perfect. And that half of the things is already done. Now you are in cruise mode, FMA. We want to be now. Good.
Why is Antonio saying INKIM to Mike?
Because possibly the INKIM to Mike is bringing you directly to Vati.
Okay.
Let me have a look. INKIM. INKIM, there you go. He's bringing you directly to Vatki. Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. Because now we're going to use, but that's what technically we have done. Yeah, to be precise. So, depth arrival.
Hi. I thought we were going to leave it, but that's fine.
VDM Zulu 22.
Yeah.
And then INKIM to Mike. No, previous page. To Mike. That's the one. Execute. And then again, if you go in the next page, we know already we need the point after INKIM. There you go. We need to set 220 or below at the 354 Quebec again. Perfect. And at VATKI 185 or below. Thanks, Santo. Perfect.
Saso, just one question.
Yeah.
You told Nico to basically do vertical speed when we were getting close to the final.
Yes.
Flight level. That is a normal operation or a recommendation?
It is. No, I would say it's normal operation. It's also common sense, just because we have the transponder in TARA, all the aircraft. That means that if you are leveling off, now forget is our cruise level, but it could be just a cleared level by ATC because above you there is traffic. So
Yes.
if there is a traffic above you and you are climbing with 2,000 feet a minute, or if you are climbing with a rate of descent, or sorry, rate of climb more than 1,500, these might trigger a array.
Clear.
Because the projection of the TCAS will say, oh, we are going to impact, so this might trigger an array, even though you are leveling off 1,000 feet below. So to avoid this is common sense to reduce the vertical speed and respecting the 3 to go, 2 to go, 1 to go, and make it 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. I'm saying these especially when you are at low level. When you start to be above level 300, you start to be performance limited in terms of engine. So leave VNAV or level change or whatever pitch mode you are using, but go in vertical speed only if a 1 to go, your rate of climb is more than 1,500. Because remember, guys, that once you hit vertical speed, now the autopilot doesn't care anymore about the speed. It will just kill the aircraft to fly whatever pitch you want or you need for the vertical speed you want. In other words, if you enter vertical speed 6,000 feet a minute, the thrust levers will go to the maximum. The autopilot will pitch to give you 6,000 feet a minute, and he will not care if your speed goes into the stall. That's why it's very, very important that at high altitude, when you start to be performance restricted, you use either level change or VNAV, because these two modes will give you the protection on the speed.
Super clear. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Boss, toilet break.
Yeah, I'll go in a couple of minutes. Not yet necessary. Where's top of descent? Let's see. Then I can measure it. It's about at 89 nautical miles. Yeah, I'll go just now.
Yeah.
Can I start setting the rest up so long, or is there any specific thing you want me to set up
yes,
or not set up?
No, we can set up everything. So we can set up the frequency. So as a frequency, we need the Pescara VOR 115.9 active on nav1 and nav2.
I'm looking for it. Just give me a second. Just need to get my charts open here. 115.9.
Correct.
Morning, Mr. Del Vecchio and Salvatore.
Hello.
Morning.
How are you?
That's a while ago.
Then, frequency, minima. So the minima for the
I need to do the
VOR.
courses still, and the minima, yeah.
So let's go in order. Frequency, minima. The minima is a 700 on the chart, but because it's a MDA, a minimum descent altitude, we're going to add the 40 on that. So it's going to be 740.
Got it.
And then the courses, frequency minima courses. The courses are 219. And believe or not believe, and we can spot that already from the navigation display, is going to be offset 5 degrees. So then once you are visual, we need to disconnect and align with the runway. Good. So frequency, minima, courses, fix. So going to the next page, scroll the waypoint, and we're going to see that there is no runway waypoint. Oh my goodness. So this means two things. We need to recycle the flight director once we disconnect, and we need now to type it the point manually. So go into the fix, enter type Romeo Whiskey 22.
Romeo Whiskey
22. That's a runway 22. Usually we take this waypoint from the legs, but because we're doing a VOR approach, there is no runway waypoint. And now we enter /10 and the slash make it 5 to have more time. Boom. And this will help our situational awareness. A note on these guys. If you are diverting, if you are changing your destination for some reason, so the destination airport in your route page doesn't correspond to whatever you are flying to, or if you are returning back to your airport, Bergamo for instance, no, leave 310, no.
Yes,
leave 310.
Yeah.
1000 to level off.
And you are trying to enter the fix page, a runway which is not part of your destination in the route page is not going to accept that. So the way to get the fix page to work with your runway waypoint is by having in the route page the destination airport correctly set. In other words, if for some reason we are diverting back to Bergamo, if we try to enter runway 28 as a waypoint, it's not going to work. We need to change the destination airport to Lima India Mike Echo. Then the fixed page will have the draw open for whatever runway you have in Bergamo. I don't know if that makes sense.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's the things. Okay, so frequency minima courses, fix is done, and the last F is for fuel. So going to the progress page, we see that we're going to land with the 2.8. So the first check to be done is what is our reserve to go to the alternate. That is in the performance page. I think it was 2.3 by memory. So if you go in ref, 2.3. So we have around 500 more in the tanks. So 500 is around, well, basically I go around and then immediately decide either divert or come back. And now we do the fuel calculation. So progress page again. We have on board 3.4. We're going to land with 2.8. So that's a difference of 0.6. In ITRF, 64 minus 0.6, 63.4. Now in Pescara, flap 30, auto brake 3 will do the job. Good. Also, guys, I'm going to tell you one thing. Now, leave this page open here. On the FO side, go into the legs page. Now, scroll next page. Next page again. Good. Go in the previous page now. Okay. Now, guys, can you see the Mike
Ready for
Delta
descent
22 there?
procedure.
The waypoint. Okay, Mike
Yeah.
Delta 22. Now, there is a speed over there next to it, 151. Now, believe or not, guys, that is your V-fly speed on landing. You will find it on the last waypoint for the approach or in the runway waypoint if there is a runway waypoint. So now, Nico, if on the left you increase the wind correction, make it 8 plus 8 instead of 5. Yeah. No, just 8. Just type 8.
Why 8?
Now,
Saso?
it just to show you. 146 plus 8 is 154. Boom, 154.
Yeah, it's changed. Yeah.
So the only place to see the actual V-fly is there, which is going to be on the last waypoint of the approach or the runway waypoint if you're flying an approach with the runway point coded. Now you can go back to 5, Nick. It was just to show you how we update. So, frequency, minima, courses, fix, fuel, and BREF. It's all done. What I would suggest now, if you go for the toilet, just set 200 on the MCP. So if you reach the top of the descent, it will start the descent to 200.
You really want me to go to the toilet, so let me go now. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Bye.
By the way, on the charts, Saso, where can we see that point MD22?
So on the chart, and we have the chart there, VOR Zulu 22. You cannot see that waypoint.
No.
Actually, on the Navigraph is depicted. Is if you open the VOR Zulu runway 22, that's 13.1. You should be able to see Mike Delta 22, where it says distance 1.0 from the runway. That's your missed approach point, basically.
Okay, got it.
And that's in fact at the end of 3 degrees glide. In other words, from that point, from the Mike Delta 22, you either continue visually, which means you are satisfied that you can continue visually for landing, or you start to go around.
Yeah, got it. Say again, and what chart was Nico using, in fact? The VOR?
VOR Zulu 22.
Zulu 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Zulu 22.
Yeah, that's the one we are using.
And the waypoint is showing it there, as I see.
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
Yeah,
it's coded.
Yeah.
Yes.
I missed it. Sorry.
I guess you were thinking we were going to do an ILS, maybe.
No. I got that chart. I didn't see the point.
This approach is going to be fun.
Yeah, interesting, yeah.
For sure. And you still Saso doing ATC activities or not? lately?
Oh yes, on vaccine. I'm doing that a lot.
Yeah, we were asking ourselves, training for real life or just for VATSIM?
Yeah.
Which airport normally has?
Napoli, Lima India Romeo November, Catania, Lima India Charlie Charlie, Palermo, Lima India Charlie Juliet. Then it depends on the traffic. I can open all the approach apart from Rome and Milan. I'm doing the qualification to open Rome. But other than that, I can open whatever airport I want, whatever radar approach I want.
Okay, nice.
Well, we will do some more flying in Italy then.
Approach top of descent.
Yeah, and also many times we are covering, you know, ground position, tower, radar, so you really get good coverage.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm back.
Hello. So now, do you have any chance, Nico, to show to have a look at the charts?
Yeah.
Just the VOR. Just the VOR Zulu we need.
Okay, well, have you got it in front of you? Because I can stream it online, but I can't stream it here on Discord.
No worries. I have it here on my iPad, so it's good for me.
All right, I'm
Just
pushing
to
it
guide
onto
you
YouTube.
through what we're gonna do.
Okay, it's on
So,
screen.
we're gonna descend on the arrival, and then at some point we're gonna reach Vatki. Okay? Vatki, as we can see from the charts, is a distance 10 from the VOR. In other words, because the VOR is co-located with the airport, we can consider that 10 nautical miles from the runway. What we don't want to do on a VOR approach is to arrive fast. That's the first thing. So for sure, that's why we reduce the speed at Vatki, make it 185 or below. In other words, we are forcing the VNAV to construct the descent profile to respect that speed at Vatki. We're going to have a flaps 1 and flaps 5 by Vatki, and for this approach, we're going to use LNAV and VNAV. So Vatki is 2,000 feet. Approaching Vatki, in other words, 1 mile from Vatki, we're going to set 1,900 on the MCP, making sure we remain in VNAV path by looking at the FMA. In this way, the aircraft will descend to 1,900 to meet 1,900 at the Fox Delta 22. 2 miles before Fox Delta 22, we're going to set the minima on the MCP. The minima is 740. We cannot set 740 on the MCP. We're going to round it up to 800. So 2 miles from the Fox Delta 22, we're going to set 800 on the MCP. Again, make sure we are in VNAV path by looking at the FMA. The aircraft will cross Fox Delta 22 and will start the descent to meet the 3 degrees glide. As soon as we cross Fox Delta 22, we're going to drop the gear and go with the landing flaps. So flap 15 and then flap 30. Get the speed back to our VREF, which we saw is 151, the V-fly. And then we are going to concentrate on looking outside to spot the runway. Should not be an issue today, is good visibility. Approaching the wideband, so around 1,100 on the radio altimeter, we're going to set the missed approach altitude 4,000 feet. All the job is done. Now, we're going to see the runway is going to appear offset 5 degrees. So we're going to disconnect even before the minima, so we have more times. We're going to recycle the flight director. We're going to go with the landing. Make sense, boss?
Yes, sir.
Good. So, the whole purpose of this is to show you how important it is to slow down early, especially because if you look at the charts, you're doing the approach over the sea. That means that even if you have headwind reported on the ground, most likely you're going to have some tailwind during the approach.
I'm okay.
Okay, you can continue to send 150. The last things we have is pre-select the QNH on standby, and the QNH in Bravo Papa is 1012. Good. VNAV, sorry, FMC, VNAV page. VNAV. We are in the descent, okay, forecast. Enter the QNH 1012. And the transition level is a 7.5. Perfect. Execute. Then next page. Now update the LAPVO, or you can go directly to INKIM. So just put INKIM on top and execute. In this way, the path will update as well. Good. You can see there on the navigation display the first green circle. Now, guys, what is those two green circles? If you show Nico with this view, just press VNAV on the FMC. You can see there, guys, we have a speed restriction inserted by the system, 240 crossing level 100. Okay? At the moment, it's not magenta because it's not active as a restriction. In fact, at the moment, the active restriction is 262 knots, which is, in fact, if you look at the speed tape, 262 at the top means whatever the speed is being commanded. So as soon as we touch the first green circle, you're going to see that 240 becomes magenta, and the aircraft will reduce the rate of descent to accommodate this speed reduction. The second green circle is when Mr. VNAV thinks the aircraft is going to meet 240 knots. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, we are getting high. In fact, we are in VNAV speed. We are not in VNAV path anymore. So don't touch anything, but just use the speed brake, Nico, to recover the profile. And you're going to see that as soon as the path recover within 200 feet, VNAV speed is going to transit back into VNAV path. And that's the common VNAV business.
100%.
Boom, VNAV path. So hold the speed brake a little bit more. And now you can stop the speed brake. So that's the small thing, okay, guys? So don't get the aircraft to go wherever you don't like it to be. Okay, we are doing a non-precision approach. We need to be as much as possible precise, including the speed, the path, and all these things. So I don't want to accept any error. I correct the error as soon as I spot it. Now, heading, match just the heading, whatever you have there. Or actually, keep it simple, Nico. Set the heading 214, which is the runway heading. So the heading bug is already pre-selected for the runway.
You are already switching the 150, Saso.
Yes. So now you can continue the descent, set the level 100. And why I do this, guys, even when I'm flying offline or alone, or especially when I'm flying alone, because I'm alone and I want to keep my situational awareness. So we just crossed level 150. What should I do now? Seatbelt to on. I don't know if this is replicated, if you have them already to on.
Yeah,
but that's what I put. I'm around, good. I'm around 15 minutes from landing. Then I set 100. Why I set 100? Because at 100 I need the speed reduction, because for sure I don't want to exceed the 250, and also I want to put the lights on. So in this way I keep in my mind the sequence of events.
Good. By the way, welcome Gilbert and Saso.
Good. As you can see, guys, we are approaching the first circle line. After INKIM, there is the D-cell green dot. That D-cell is not from the 240 anymore. by ESA to start reducing the speed to 220 knots, which is the speed restriction that we inserted to maintain a nice arc. As you can see, by looking at the navigation display, you can get the situational awareness, step through what the aircraft is going to do.
Absolutely.
Then, if you look at the legs page on the FO side, after INKIM, there are no speed restriction, basically. So press legs, so we go on the first page. So after INKIM, there is no altitude restriction. The first altitude restriction will be on page number 2, which is 2,000 feet or above. So what we're going to do, after 100, we're going to set directly 2,000, because that is going to be our next restriction. Okay. So go back, always keep legs page 1. That's it. So when we hear the sound that we are at 1,000 to go, we're going to set 2,000. Good. So now, set to 2,000, Nico. 2,000 is an altitude. So guys, don't wait. Immediately on the QNH, boom, and you can do the lights or the 10 checks or whatever you do crossing level 100. Now, as you can see, in the VNAV speed, sorry, in the FMC page, 240 is now the restriction. It's active in magenta. And in fact, the speed is reducing to 240, and we are approaching the second circle.
Flight level 100.
If
on.
The aircraft doesn't slow down, I don't accept error. Speed brake, Nico. We want exactly 240. There is no point, guys, in setting speed restriction and then allow the aircraft to stay 10 knots or 15 knots away from there.
Pay attention, Nico.
Yeah, I'm struck attention to everything at the same time, but I'm trying my best.
Yeah. I know exactly what
you're good. You're good.
When he starts speaking Italian, I'm going to get worried. That's the cue.
So, 240, we can stop the speed brake. Perfect. And now the aircraft is nice on speed, on path. You can see 240 is the restriction. Approaching the deceleration point on the navigation display, you will see that the speed restriction becomes 220, which is what we have entered as a speed restriction. Or actually, it's gonna say 209 flaps. The reason I'm saying this is because on the top right of that descent page on the FMC, it says VATKI 185. So that's what he's considering as the next restriction. You can reduce the range, perfect. And we are gonna see in a second. We're going to see in a second that touching the deceleration point, the aircraft is going to reduce the speed.
Ready for approach checklist.
Good. You see? That's how it is important to go step by step. So we said in terms of altitude, vertical profile, imagine the aircraft descending, 2,000 is good until VATKI. Then approaching VATKI, when I say approaching, I mean 1 mile from VATKI, we're going to set to 1,900, which is the platform altitude, which we can see on the legs page. For now, guys, look at the VNAV page on the FMC. Now the new commanded speed is 220. And that's what we inserted as a restriction. So as you can see, the VNAV profile is reducing the rate of descent to allow the speed to bleed off. It's all a matter of planning ahead. If you plan ahead, then you just have to monitor what the aircraft does. Now, the rate of descent, or actually the aircraft, will start to pitch down a little bit. If the speed goes away from 220, we are ready with the speed brake to keep the speed under control. Advance a bit the thrust, Nico, because it's going below the up speed. Good. Just a little bit to stabilize. Now we are high, you see? So immediately speed brake, so the aircraft will recover. Back into VNAV path. So we are good, we can stop the speed brake. Now, you can see as well that the second deceleration point to start getting the flaps out, it's just after the turn there. Now we want to anticipate also because we are single pilot. So look at the tailwind. What I told you is only 5 knots, but you see you have tailwind over there because you are over the sea. So what I suggest, Nico, is flap 1. So we start to slow down. Plan ahead. Good. Flap 1, speed is reducing nicely. As soon as you have flap 1 with the green, go flap 5. So we keep reducing the speed. And that's just to cover us in case the tailwind increase. Okay, flap 5. Perfect. Now, at Batki, we said we want 185. If it's not respecting the speed brake again. Reduce the range on the navigation display, Nico, so we can have a better look. You can even keep it to the minimum now. That's all it matters to us. Good. So we can clearly see all the waypoints. And you can see there, guys, the offset. The white dotted line is the extended center line, which is offset with the magenta. You can stop the speed brake because the speed is good. Actually, if you want, you can arm them for landing. So immediately there, we can see we're going to be offset. The extended center line and the magenta are apart. They're not over each other. And that's the 5 degrees we said before. 214 is the runway heading. 219 is the radial that we're going to use for approach.
To level off.
Good. So for now we are good. Don't worry. For now we are good. We just wait VATKI. So the VNAV is going to calculate the descent path to cross VATKI at 2000. So now 1 mile, when he says VATKI 1 mile to go, we're going to set 1,900, which is the next restriction at the Fox Delta 22. And we can see there, we can see this from the legs page on the FO side. That's why when we fly, there is 1 pilot on the VNAV, 1 pilot on the legs page, because the legs page is going to give you where the aircraft is going to be in the next 2 or 3 minutes. That's the beautiness of planning ahead. We are on speed. We don't care about the 4 or 5 knots tailwind, but we have time to look around. Imagine in the meantime, talking with ATC, get the cabin secure from the cabin crew, all this good stuff. Yeah. That's why it's important not to rush, but build yourself some spare time.
Change to 1,900, Nico.
Okay, now within 1, so 1,900 in the MCP.
Radio altimeter.
1,900. VNAV path is still there, so we are good.
Okay. Why is our yellow line here at the bottom so far from VREF? That's a question
It's correct.
from chat.
Go flap 10. Go flap 10 in the meantime. We want to keep the speed under control. Wait a second, I'm going to answer you. But that yellow line is good. That's how it should be.
Okay.
Now we can set the minima. So set 800 on the MCP. Look at the FMA. We want to be in VNAV path. Perfect. And speed intervent button. So we open the speed window. Fantastic. Now VNAV is going to cross the Fox Delta to 2, and then he's going to continue the descent based on the 3 degrees glide. As soon as you cross the Fox Delta, Nico, we go gear down, flap 15. Okay, that's the point. Gear down, flap 15, match the speed, flap 30, and speed 151.
Prepare for landing.
Perfect.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist, Linda. Now, all what you have to do is to monitor the system and look outside to spot the runway.
Ooh, the cloud coming up. I didn't even see that. Imagine that. Okay, I'm ready.
So, you can see on the navigation display the extended center line is on your right. Set the missed approach altitude of 4,000 feet on the MCP. So we are good in case of go around. And whenever you feel, disconnect auto throttle, autopilot, and as well you can turn the flight director to off.
1,000 feet stabilized, Mr. Bergamo, suit set.
Good. Now, look at the extended center line on the navigation display, maintain the rate of descent, and align with the center line. That's it. Gentle turn.
Approaching decision height.
Good. Now to the left, the track on the navigation display to read 214, which is your runway heading. Good. Look outside, center line to cut your legs and keep the descent going. Around 800 feet a minute should do the job.
Cleared to land runway 22.
Nice. You are not centered, Nico, huh? Just remember the view.
I'm trying.
300.
You're good. Speed is good, rate of descent is good. Just go now with the normal landing.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Just hold it, and you will sit down. There it is.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlock.
Nice.
Auto brake.
Very well.
Chapeau, Nico.
Really, really nice.
60 knots. Yeah. Great landing. You are professional.
You are professional.
Yes. Yes. I thought so too.
Nice, man. Nicely done.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Saso.
Pleasure.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Anticipate, anticipate, anticipate. That's the most important things.
Discipline. You've got to be diligent and disciplined in the whole process of the landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
Señoras y señores.
Yeah.
NVidia del Pescara.
There we go.
Benvenuti.
Yeah, that's Italian.
Yeah, of course.
After landing
So
all
Saso,
features-
just a question. The green dots that you were explaining and the way it works on all the Boeings?
Sorry?
Does the green dots that we were looking into the path, does it work the same way in all Boeings?
I think so. I can tell you it works like this on the 737 NG and on the MAX. I don't know the others, to be honest. I think so. It should be the same principle because that's down to VNAV. And VNAV is working the same way in most of the Boeing, as far as I know.
I did a flight in 777 yesterday. It was the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you referring?
To switch the Ian on again.
Yeah, I didn't save it, so it will switch it on and restart.
Okay, Ian is just to simplify all this. So Ian, what he would have happened, he would have shown us the VOR approach as an ILS with the final approach course and glide path. So just hit approach and see and watch the aircraft. By using the old school LNAV and VNAV, you need to work more with your mind, and you need really to be synchronized with the position of the aircraft. So you need to imagine mentally where the aircraft is both vertically and laterally, which I think, I might be wrong, but I think that is more training-wise.
Yes, yeah, better.
More important, I would say.
Yes, it gives you depth of your knowledge.
Yeah.
Jacob, what are you referring to 110? Sorry, my concentration is obviously this side. I'm not following. What's this 110 you're talking about?
Where do you get all this scenery from? For explain
default.
12.
This is default. I didn't add any scenery. Yeah, I didn't add any scenery. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, scenery gets better all the time, eh? So.
Yeah. Andre, sorry guys. Andre, question. In your EFB, what did you set the acceleration speed as for that pole? Because if you have it at restarting the acceleration of the engines 5 knots or 10 knots below speed, don't you think that's going to change it? I don't know. I'm just asking a question, but I mean that could be the difference. But if Saso says it's okay, I'm okay with it. I'm not, in a position to argue with that. This yellow barber pole at the bottom.
The yellow bar is nothing to do with that VNAV wake up speed.
Okay, not the wake up speed. All right, okay.
The ref bar, the yellow bar, is the 1.3 G stall basically. The top of that yellow bar is the 1.3 G stall bar, and it doesn't have to approach the VREF. It doesn't have to get closer to the VREF. If it gets closer to the VREF, it means you are pulling too much G, and possibly you are entering the low speed condition. So as far as I saw on the PFD, that distance between VREF and the top of the amber band is correct, because we were at flat 15 and then we blew down, so it looks okay to me.
Sorry, Kevin. I'm standing on top of Kevin there. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, I lost that one, Jacob. Sorry. Anyway, okay, here we are. Here the guys are. I think that's Antonio or somebody there. I'm not sure. He usually flies that. Antonio, I think it's you. If it's not, if it's Christer or someone else, I do apologize. But here we is. You guys were awesome today. Thank you, Saso. I enjoyed that.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Was super nice.
You know, guys, when we always give precedence to ILS. It's easier, it's safer, you don't get offset most likely and stuff like this. But sometimes when you have good weather and you have a good team in the cockpit, it's nice to do something different for a change. It's a way to make your mind to work and think a bit outside the box. Think about the energy of the aircraft. I'm over the sea, I'm expecting tailwind, and tailwind came. So plan ahead with the speed. Remember, a nice and stable approach starts with a nice briefing, a nice plan, and then you need to follow whatever speed restriction you set. Otherwise, there is no point in setting them.
So, but Saso, just a question, because I have been hearing that, no, that sometimes ATC doesn't allow you to slow down that earlier. Is that real or not?
It depends. But what we did, so EASA and ICAO speed are the rule at the bottom. So the rule are initial approach fix 220 knots. And for us, the initial approach fix would have been VATKI. But VATKI was already on the final. So the ICAO rule is 220 or below at the initial approach fix, 180 knots on base, 180 to 160, because it depends on the aircraft, once established on final. So at VATKI, we were with flap 5, maybe 175 knots, which is not far from 180. There are some airports, I went to Lisbon, was about 2 weeks ago, and because we were in a sequence of aircraft, ATC told us maintain 180 knots until 6 miles. And we try to accommodate the request of ATC because he's creating a sequence of aircraft. I mean, ATC should not tell you something. The idea of ATC is 200 knots at 10 miles, 190 at 9 miles, 180, 8 miles, and so on. So if they say to you, maintain 250 until 10 miles, that they should not be the controller, you know what I mean? It should be something in the common sense. You can always say politely, yes, we follow you, we maintain high speed as best as we can. We inform you as soon as we start the speed reduction. So they know that if they are building a sequence, then they can slow down the aircraft behind you.
So,
gotcha.
So?
Yes?
Sorry to interrupt you. My wife just phoned me. She's standing next to the side of the road. It's not supposed to happen, but it did. For the first time in her life now, her car's locked her keys inside. Now she says to me, I don't care what you're doing. You get here and come fix it. So, guys, I'm going to have to run. Thank you very much for everybody. We'll chat with you soon again. Okay, cheers. Bye.
Yeah. Ciao, Nico.
Bye.